After 50, plain coffee often works against your blood flow, not for it. You drink it for energy. You get a quick lift. This is not age. Most men feel awake in the head, but unstable in the body. Energy fades early. Nothing is wrong with you. I'm Dr. Claire Monroe, a urologist who has spent many years helping men over 50 understand everyday health changes and choose simple steps that fit real life. Here's the real issue. Coffee stimulates. After 50, your body needs blood flow, hormone support, and steady energy. Hold that thought. P2 explains why this happens and why it feels personal. If you're being honest, part of this feels isolating. You look around and assume other men are fine. You don't bring it up. You tell yourself it's just stress or a bad morning. Here's the truth. Most men over 50 feel this shift quietly. They don't lose desire. They lose trust in how their body responds day to day. I see this pattern often. Men your age sit across from me and lower their voice. They say they still want to feel strong. They just don't feel steady anymore. This shows up in clinic all the time. A 59-year-old man once told me he stopped planning mornings. Not because he was lazy, because he didn't know what kind of energy he would get. Think about that. You wake up hoping your body cooperates. Some days it does. Some days it doesn't. That uncertainty chips away at confidence. This is not a failure. This is a signal. Here's the question you may not have asked yet. Why does this start showing up after 50, even when nothing else changed? Nothing is wrong with you. And this isn't about motivation. There is no black and white. Context matters. After 50, the body becomes less forgiving of routines built for a younger system. What used to work automatically now needs support. Picture your circulation like a set of old pipes. They still function. But pressure alone doesn't move water smoothly anymore. What this means for you, pushing harder creates more strain, not better flow. Caffeine acts like pressure. It forces a temporary response. Then the system relaxes again. That's why the crash feels familiar. A second cup doesn't solve it. It repeats the same cycle. Men tell me they feel awake, but not solid. Focused, but not grounded. Motivated, but inconsistent. This is where confidence starts slipping. Not in dramatic moments. In small, repeated disappointments. Let me be direct. Confidence is a safety signal, not willpower. When the body feels supported, the mind relaxes. When support is missing, the nervous system stays alert, even when you want to feel calm. What this means for you, your body is reacting logically to the signals it receives. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing things differently. In the next part, I'll break down what's actually changing inside your system after 50 in simple terms you can feel, not memorize. Now let's slow this down and make it clear. After 50, the issue is not effort. It is signaling. Your body runs on signals all day. Blood flow, hormones, nervous system feedback. When those signals are clear, everything feels easier. When they weaken, the body hesitates. This is where most men get confused. You drink coffee and expect energy. The brain responds fast. The body responds briefly. Then the signal fades. Think of your circulation like traffic moving through a city. When roads are flexible, cars flow smoothly. When roads stiffen, traffic backs up. Nothing is broken. Movement just becomes less efficient. What this means for you, pressure alone no longer creates smooth flow. After 50, blood vessels naturally lose some elasticity. They still open. They just don't stay open as long. At the same time, nitric oxide declines. This is the signal that tells vessels to relax. Less signal means less sustained flow. Confidence depends on this. Confidence is a safety signal, not willpower. When circulation feels steady, the nervous system relaxes. When flow is inconsistent, the body stays cautious, even if your mind wants to push forward. I see this pattern often. Men tell me they feel on for a short window, then things drop off without warning. A 62-year-old man once said his mornings felt unpredictable. Some days were fine. Some days felt flat. That inconsistency is the real stressor. What this means for you, unpredictability trains your body to stay guarded. Now add caffeine to this picture. Caffeine acts like opening a valve quickly. Pressure increases. Flow spikes. But without support, the valve closes again. That's why stimulation feels sharp but short-lived, and why repeating it doesn't fix the cycle. This isn't about quitting coffee. It's about understanding its role. There is no black and white. Context matters. After 50, stimulation without support creates noise, not stability. The nervous system senses that. Confidence drops when the body doesn't feel safe, not when desire disappears. Let me be clear. Your body isn't failing you. It's responding accurately to the signals it receives. What this means for you: changing the signal changes the response. In the next section, I'll walk you through the causes, the warning signs, and the simple adjustments that restore stability instead of spikes. Your body isn't broken. Your strategy is. Let's organize this clearly without drama or blame. We'll walk through the causes, the warning signs, and the solutions. One layer at a time. Here's the first cause. Cause: caffeine spike without support. Caffeine creates a fast alert signal. Your brain lights up. Your heart rate rises. Think of it like opening a valve all the way, all at once. Pressure surges. Flow jumps. What this means for you: spikes feel powerful, but they don't last. Without support, the valve closes quickly. That's when the drop shows up. The crash feels familiar. Safe next step: stop expecting stimulation to create stability. I see this pattern often. When men change the strategy, the outcome changes. Not overnight, but consistently. Now the second cause. Cause: age-related vessel stiffness. Blood vessels change with time. They lose some flexibility. They still work, just differently. Picture plumbing that has stiffened slightly. Water still moves. It just needs smoother pressure. What this means for you: forcing flow creates resistance. This is not failure. This is adaptation. Safe next step: support flow instead of pushing it. A 61-year-old man told me mornings felt tight, not tired. When he adjusted support, mornings felt calmer. Now the third cause. Cause: declining nitric oxide signaling. Nitric oxide is a message. It tells vessels to relax and stay open. After 50, that message gets quieter. Not gone, just softer. Think of a traffic signal stuck on yellow. Cars hesitate. Flow slows. What this means for you: consistency matters more than intensity. Safe next step: choose habits that strengthen the signal. Men your age say this shift feels subtle at first, then obvious. Now the fourth cause. Cause: hormones slow down over time. Hormones don't drop suddenly. They taper. That affects energy rhythm. Recovery: daily steadiness. Think of fuel quality, not fuel amount. The engine still runs. It just needs better inputs. What this means for you: the body responds to what it's given. Safe next step: provide raw materials, not pressure. I see relief when men stop fighting their physiology and start working with it. Now let's look at the warning signs. Warning sign: mid-morning crash. Energy fades a few hours in. Focus slips. Mood dips. That's the valve closing. What this means for you: the signal wasn't sustained. Safe next step: notice timing, not just intensity. This is not a failure. This is a signal. Next warning sign. Warning sign: needing a second cup. You reach for more stimulation, not because you want it, because you need it. That repeats the same loop. What this means for you: repetition without support compounds the drop. Safe next step: pause the cycle before adding more. Men tell me this habit feels automatic, until it doesn't. Next warning sign. Warning sign: lower daily energy despite sleep. You sleep enough, but you don't feel restored. That points to circulation and signaling, not effort. What this means for you: recovery depends on flow. Safe next step: support the system that restores you. Now the last warning sign. Warning sign: reduced confidence during the day. Not dramatic. Quiet. Confidence is a safety signal, not willpower. When the body feels supported, the mind relaxes. What this means for you: instability trains caution. Safe next step: rebuild safety through steadiness. There is no black and white. Context matters. Now let's talk solutions. Simple. Practical. Solution. Cinnamon. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar. That protects small vessels. Think of smoothing pressure through narrow pipes. What this means for you: steadier energy, fewer spikes. Safe next step. Use it to reduce swings, not boost highs. When men added stability, outcomes improved gradually. Next solution. Solution. Unsweetened cocoa. Cocoa supports nitric oxide signaling. That keeps vessels open longer. Think of reinforcing the traffic signal. What this means for you: flow stays consistent. Safe next step. Support the signal, don't force it. I see clearer mornings when signaling improves. Next solution. Solution. Maca powder. Maca supports hormone balance over time, not stimulation. Think of tuning the control center. What this means for you: rhythm returns slowly. Safe next step. Think weeks, not hours. When the strategy changed, clarity followed. Next solution. Solution. Coconut or MCT oil. Fats provide raw materials. They also slow absorption. Think of extending the burn. What this means for you: energy spreads out, not spikes. Safe next step. Blend support into existing habits. Men report steadier focus when fuel improves. Next solution. Solution. Ginger. Ginger supports circulation and reduces inflammation. It helps vessels respond. Think of warming the system gently. What this means for you: responsiveness improves. Safe next step. Support movement, not force it. I've seen relief when circulation calms. Now the final piece. Solution. 30-day phased use. Do not change everything at once. Your system needs time. Think of retraining traffic patterns. What this means for you: consistency builds trust. Safe next step. Start with one adjustment. When men changed the strategy, the outcome changed. Not perfectly, but reliably. Choose one habit to start tonight. Comment the number. Let's pause and put this together calmly. Nothing you're experiencing is random, and none of it means you're broken. What you've been feeling follows a clear pattern. Stimulation without support creates spikes. Spikes create drops. Drops slowly erode trust in your body. This is not a character flaw. This is physiology. After 50, your system rewards steadiness more than intensity. When blood flow is supported, energy lasts longer. When hormone signals are respected, rhythm returns. When the nervous system feels safe, confidence stabilizes. That's the thread connecting everything you've heard so far. Think back to your mornings. The crash, the second cup, the quiet frustration when energy doesn't hold. Those were signals, not judgments. A 63-year-old man once told me he thought he needed to push harder. What actually helped was slowing down and changing inputs. Within weeks, mornings felt predictable again. Predictability matters. Confidence grows when your body feels reliable, not when you force it to perform. This is why small adjustments work better than dramatic changes. Your system learns through repetition, not shock. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a supportive one. What this means for you: consistency builds trust faster than intensity. If you support circulation, the body responds. If you support hormone balance, energy steadies. If you support the nervous system, the mind relaxes. None of this requires extreme measures, and none of it replaces medical care when needed. It simply reframes how you work with your body now, instead of against it. There is dignity in adapting, and strength in choosing stability. You are not trying to go backward. You are learning how to move forward with a different system. In the final part, I'll show you how to take this information and turn it into one clear, manageable next step without pressure or guesswork. Before you move on with your day, let's ground this. You've heard why this shift happens. You've seen how small signals add up over time. Now the goal is simple. Turn awareness into one clear action. Not 5. Not everything at once. 1. This is where most men get stuck. They try to overhaul their routine. That creates pressure, not progress. After 50, pressure backfires. Your body responds better when it feels safe, when changes are predictable, when the nervous system doesn't feel rushed. That's why the next step matters. Choose one habit from what you've heard, just one, and commit to it for the next 30 days. No judging results day to day. No constant checking. Just consistency. This is how trust rebuilds. A man I worked with, age 65, told me this was the hardest part. Not the habit itself, but resisting the urge to stack changes. Once he slowed down, things stabilized. That's the pattern I see most often. When you change the strategy, the outcome changes. Not dramatically, but reliably. Now, here's what I want you to do next. If this conversation helped you see your routine differently, subscribe to the channel. This space is built for men navigating real changes after 50. Then, share this video with one man over 50. Not to convince him, just to let him know he's not alone. And finally, stay with me for the next video. In it, I'll explain why blood flow naturally declines after 50 and how daily habits quietly reverse that trend over time. No pressure, no extremes, just clear steps that fit real life. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always talk with your doctor or urologist about your personal health before making changes. Before you close this video, take a breath. Not to analyze, not to judge, just to notice. You're not dealing with a sudden problem. You're responding to gradual changes that most men were never taught to understand. That matters. What you do next doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be intentional. After 50, progress comes from alignment. Aligning habits with how your body actually works now, not how it worked years ago. This is why small, steady adjustments outperform dramatic fixes. They reduce noise. They rebuild trust. And trust is the foundation everything else sits on. If there's one takeaway, it's this. Your body is giving feedback, not criticism. Listen to it, work with it, and give it signals it can respond to. You don't need to chase intensity anymore. You need stability. That's where energy lasts. That's where confidence returns. And that's where daily life starts to feel predictable again. If you stay consistent, the system adapts. Not overnight, but reliably. That's how change looks at this stage of life. Quiet, practical, and sustainable. Stay curious. Stay patient. And remember, adjusting your strategy is not giving up. It's moving forward with clarity.